Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Sessions with Kat. It is early. It is early New Year's Day, and I'm up. I'm always up. But I figured we start the new year out right. We started out with setting up our journey for success versus for failure, right? So, Happy New Year. Welcome back. I was going to post this video yesterday, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the energy. I didn't like the way it felt. And Spirit told me to post this morning. So I'm posting this morning. And I hope you guys can hear me, but early in the morning, my voice is not as loud or whatnot. And I also haven't had my coffee yet. So I'm not that level of awake. I'm awake where I can sit with Spirit and I can sit with my thoughts and collect them and understand them and then overstand them so that I can then put better practices into place. So I want to walk you guys through what I do on the new year, okay? Every January I get a new calendar, a new planner, and I still have my other planner, the one I talked about some months ago. I still have that planner, but for where I am right now, I need a different one. And right now I'm in a recovery phase, and not necessarily from like an addiction or to like alcohol or something like that, but I'm in a phase where I'm recovering from the trauma that I've endured over the past year, okay, almost a year, right? And I need something that's in alignment with that, that's gonna give me what I need to move through that. Okay, so for those of you who like to stick to one planner or whatnot, understand that as your life changes, your planner might change, right? And the way you do things might change, and you have to learn to go with that flow, right? So that's what we're doing, right? We're gonna set up our calendar, and I use this deck, which is the Witch's Wisdom Tarot, to set up my planner mainly, right? Each month it changes sometimes, but for the most part, I stick with this deck. You can use an oracle deck. You can use playing cards. I use those too. I use my charms as well. You use whatever works best for you, okay? But get you a planner that resonates with you for the phase of your life that you are in. And I really hope that makes sense. So that's what we're doing. We're going to set up my planner. This is the recovery planner by Happy Planner, or Me and My Big Ideas, or whatever. After I just dropped my pen, that's what this is for. And they're probably telling me I need to use a different color, so we're going to use a different color. So that's what this planner is, and I chose it for the layout and for what I need for both business and personal. I need all of them to kind of come together. I also incorporated the wellness planner, the undated wellness planner, into this because I'm still on the recovery with my eating habits, right? I've always had an eating disorder, but when David died, it got worse. And I wasn't eating at all. I even got to the point where I was dehydrated. And I told you guys about that. I was dehydrated. And I don't like that feeling. And I need to do better and be better. So I've been taking pages from the Undated Wellness Planner and added them in here. And I'm going to see how it works for the first week. And if I like it, then I'm going to continue it. Okay? But if you've been following me on Instagram, you've been seeing me post some You probably saw this in one of my reels, okay? Now, I'm not gonna show you my goals for the month. I'm just gonna show you what the page looks like for the month. That is the page. That's a goal page. And I'm sorry for the lighting. It is still dark outside. I don't use ring lights. They give me headaches. So I apologize for how dark it is. But this is the goals for the month. And it's be active, rest, nourish, forgive, gratitude, acknowledge, and action. And this works better for me than the planner that I was using, because the goals for the month, it didn't have any. Like, it didn't have what I needed, if that makes sense. And I needed something that was gonna give me that, that goodness, if that makes sense. Okay, so you guys don't need to see that. Every month I look at my budget. So if you're a sticker person, get you some fucking stickers, or get you add a page in here, or you can even get the budget planner that Happy Planner has. They have it in a classic size. But I put my budget at the beginning of the month. Okay, and this keeps me in alignment with my finances, with my money, so that I know what I'm doing. And it's not just a new year thing. This is something I do every month. But every January I get a whole new planner that's in alignment with where I'm at. Okay, so then I put like my schedule in there, and then I put I use stickers to put the dates in there. Even though I like my handwriting, I just like the stickers. So don't judge me. This right here, I thought I was gonna start like December 31st up here, but I realized January starts on Sunday, and I had put this fucking sticker, so I just plopped the 7 on top. It's a little mistake. We're just gonna roll with it, right? Then I keep an envelope with each month, and sometimes I move this from month to month. In this, I gather any little like memories that I want to keep for the month, and I gather them in here, and then at the end of the month I take them out, and then I store them in a different place, and I categorize it by month and year. Okay, that's what I do. And then I also have something where I collect by the week. So this envelope is for the month, this one is for the week, this one will travel week to week, and then I move this to the month, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But moving over, because so this is the week layout. Okay, so we went from month, this is the week, this is the check-in for the week, right? And if you know me, I need monthly, weekly, and daily, and that keeps my anxiety down, if that makes sense. I don't know how you guys work with that, but that keeps my anxiety down. And I need I need habits that I need to track, and did I do them every day? I need a place to put gratitude, and I need these thought-provoking questions, right, throughout the week, to make sure that I'm being mindful of me, right? I'm one of those people who spend a lot of time caring for other people, and I need to make sure that I'm taking better care of Catrice, if that makes sense. So that's why this recovery planner is necessary. Then I added in the wellness planner, and this is where you write down your nourish and your movement, and you can also take notes down here and your intention for the day, because I need that, right? And then don't mind this page, because that's from the wellness planner. This is the daily, right? This is fine for me because I don't do too much in a day where I feel overwhelmed, so I'm okay with the smaller boxes. If I need more space, then I always write notes somewhere, okay? And then I use sticky notes, and then I'll put them in there. I like having a quote unquote junk makes sense. I like that, right? I just like for my handwriting to be neat though. I don't know about y'all, but like if something looks sloppy, then I'm like, I gotta start over, right? So the recovery planner is undated. Okay, this is an undated planner, so that means I can use it until I don't need it, and then I can go back to my other planner. But my plan is to use this for the year. Okay. So that's what we're doing. But today, I'm going to fill in my cards for the day, like for the month. Let me say it that way, right? Now my deck's already shuffled. I did that off camera because I doubt you guys want to see me shuffling the damn deck. But some things to note if you're going to do something like this. If you're a note taker like I am, I carry an extra journal around. And my journal is also, it's a mixed media sketchbook because I do art as I go. So that's also my journal. So I carry one of those with me as well. You can buy pages, like if you're going to use Happy Planner, they have journals, and you can take the pages out of that and put it in here. It might make for a thicker planner unless you remove some of the months out of here for a little bit. But I would recommend that if you are a note taker, figure out how you're going to take your notes, right? Also, designate a pin for the month. Okay, my pin for the month fell on the floor. So, and I like fine tip pins, but it fell on the floor and I don't feel like getting it. Plus, Spirit's like, you need to write the cards in a different color. So I'm going to write the cards in a different color. But for the most part, my pen for the month is one color. So every time I write it here, it'll be the one color, but I also have stickers and things of that nature that I'll be adding in that will give it life, if that makes sense. Next is specify which deck you want to use. Okay, I use tarot, right, for business, for personal. I use tarot mostly, right? When I'm conversing with the ancestors, I use Oracle, and I showed you guys which decks I mostly use for that. But for planner updates, I use tarot or playing cards because they're closer to tarot than Oracle. Also, when you sit down to do this, make sure you have everything you need and you're in the right headspace. For some of us, doing something like this is what calms us, okay? But if you come to this feeling chaotic, then that could promote chaotic energy throughout your week, throughout your month, throughout your day, however, right? So you want to make sure you're in the right mindset to do it. If you are not in the right mindset, don't do it, right? Do something that's going to bring you back to center and then proceed with something like this, okay? So I'm gonna just show you guys what I do. I'm not going to do the full calendar on camera because I want to keep this video short, but I'm going to do at least the first week, moving into the second, and just kind of give you guys a glimpse of how to utilize your cards with your planner and how to know what energy to pull from the card, like at least from my point of view, okay? Like you might read differently than I do, so this is just a glimpse into it. Also, if you're religious or spiritual or whatever, don't be afraid to add that information in, right? You know, put those dates in of what works for you, right? What holidays you celebrate and whatnot. Add that in. That is you. That's a part of who you are. So don't be afraid to update your calendar with what you want to put in there, right? Birthdays, you name it, right? So that's that. And yeah, I guess let's get started. Do this just so you guys can see it. So it's day one, right, of, you know, a whole new calendar year. And let's see, we have the Witch of Fire. Now, since this is today, normally I would have updated this yesterday, but I wasn't in the right headspace, right? So you're gonna write this card wherever you want in here. I want it at the top because that's where I go to first. And since we're on today, let's talk about it. Y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of snakes, but snakes are are part of the fire element. They're also an earth element, but they're part of the fire element. And me being someone who's ruled by fire, right? Like I'm ruled by the sun, and I'm a Leo. I'm a fire sign. This tells me that I can approach things a lot more gently than I have been, if that makes sense. Because I'm so used to being raw and unfiltered, and that's not always necessary. It's necessary in some moments, so that doesn't mean that that's gonna go away. What it means to me, because like this snake is not aggressive like some snakes are when you look at cards, the snake's not aggressive. There's also the smoke. So that's just telling me that I need to be more of a peaceful warrior versus a more, gung-ho, fiery one, which I'm very much used to being, right? Like if you've worked with me before, I don't play games, but I need to be a little bit more gentle, right? That doesn't mean I'll be less effective or efficient with what I do. It just means I need to be more gentle. I also need to be more gentle with myself. Okay? So when I write these cards down, and then I go back to each day. Now, mind you, I keep my cards in order of how I pulled them so that when I go back to reference the card, it's easier for me to find. When I write down the card for the day, right? And then when I come back to my calendar the next day and look at the card, I'm looking at what Spirit wants me to know for the day and how I can then carry that throughout the month. Okay? How can I carry that energy with my budget? How can I carry that energy with how I'm practicing my spiritual way of life, right? Or how I'm conducting myself in business. That's what I'm looking at when I pull these cards for the month. So this is basically telling me what Spirit told me. Like, it's a reiteration of, hey, this is what you're going to be doing, and we need you to really start practicing now. And I think that's more effective for me versus being like yelled at through the cards. You know how when your cards just call you out for no reason? I don't like being called out. I don't know anybody that does. But you want a more gentle approach. So I like that this is a little bit more gentle, and it's not just being forced in my face, because I'm in a recovery phase. So during this recovery phase, I can now practice a little bit more gentle healing for myself and my clients, right? And for family and friends, the ones that need it. Okay, so that's card number 1. Now, when I get to card number 2, because it is not January 2nd, I am literally just writing them down. Okay, I'm not attaching myself to the image. I'm just writing down which card it is so that I know what card to go for when I go and pull it tomorrow, right? Now, and also, if you know me, I don't like Sunday starts of the week. I like Monday starts. I know if you're like me, that bothers you, but we do what we got to do. We do what we have to do. So that's it, basically, like what I do for my calendar, right? And why are my cards? Oh, because I'm flipping them the wrong way, that's why. Like, why are they reversed? And I'm sorry if my hand's all up in the way. God, if they ain't telling me I need more water, what they telling me, right? I also need to get more outside, right? And that's one of my plans, is to really get back into Jesus, all these, okay, tell me I need water without telling me I need water. My goal this month is to, and just kind of like if you don't know, if you're new here and don't know, I do have a heart condition where I can't work out because my heart doesn't know that I'm working out until after the workout's finished, and then it feels like I'm having a stroke, and I'm not a fan of that. So I can't work out in a gym, but I can walk and I can do yoga. So those are two things I'm doing. I'm also studying to be a Kundalini yoga instructor, so I'm really excited about that. And my goal is to get back to walking, because winters down here are a little bit more mild than in Michigan, and I can go walking, right? Like yesterday it was like 65 degrees. It was great. So if you saw what I did, I'm gonna continue that for the rest of the month, but I'm gonna do that off camera because you guys ain't here to see me just sit here and write. But I do want to say this for those of you who are in a recovery phase, no matter what you're recovering from, hydrate, right? I got my pomegranate water here. Hydrate, and then hydrate some more. You don't know what dehydration is until your body is physically dehydrated. And for me, as I was experiencing it, I realized that dehydration is not just about not drinking water. It's about not getting the sustenance that your spirit needs. It's about not getting the sustenance that your body needs, right? Whether it be water or food, a hug, or whatever the fuck you need. It's about that. And I plan to spend this first month receiving the sustenance that I need, right? And that includes drinking more water, because I don't want to be dehydrated ever again. That includes making sure that I'm eating, right? And acknowledging the meals that I'm going to be eating, and planning out my meals for the week, right? And that also means making sure that I'm not putting myself in situations and around people that drain me to the point where I'm depleted, right? Because you should be giving from excess, not reserve, right? That is the ultimate goal when you're in any type of recovery phase. And that's how I plan to experience, my life for the rest of my life, is to make sure that I'm full and I'm shining as bright as I can, so that people can get the light from my excess and not my reserve. But first I have to take care of me, and I want you to make sure that you're taking care of you, okay? So there's that. Now to the updates. I am not sending out a newsletter. I'm actually going to stop the newsletter. You will not receive any more emails from me, mainly because there's no interaction with them. The numbers have been super low, and I don't want to just fall on deaf ears. So I'm going to kind of pause that newsletter for a while. If people start signing up or whatnot, I'll bring it back. But for right now, it's not in alignment with where I'm at and what I would like to see from it. And then also, I just didn't see it fair to, like I did, but I didn't see it fair to give you guys who were signed up for the newsletter discounts and not give it to everybody else. So any sales that I have will be on, like if you follow me on Instagram and you use the book now feature, it'll be there, right? So there's that. The podcast is still going strong. We are on Spotify, Amazon, Google, Apple, the Wisdom app. And if you don't have that app, I recommend it because I like it, right? It kind of gives you a glimpse into the people you encounter there. So there's that. And then 3, I do have my new year reading and energetic cleanse going on right now. It's 55 and you get 45-minute reading and energetic cleanse. So if you're looking for that, you can shoot me an email or follow any of the links in my description to reach out to me if you want it. Yeah, I think those are only updates. Happy New Year. I hope you guys have the most amazing month, right? We're going to take this month by month. I hope you guys have the most amazing month, that you stay hydrated, that you experience nothing but joy, abundance, and beautiful lessons that are necessary, right? And that you can see through every storm that comes your way. And I wish you guys all the brightest of blessings.